In Vegas, yeah, I drink Jaeger. Full bangers get serenaded by ladies basically naked.
Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be talking all about my hair color and how you can achieve it at home, because I get questions asked about my hair color all the time, whether I do it at home or if I get it done. I do like to ombre my hair at home, and obviously right now it's not like perfectly ombre because it has faded since I last dyed it, but I mean you can see kind of the gist of it, how it's darker up here and lighter down here. Today I'm actually going to be showing you guys how I do my hair, because recently my cousin Daria asked me if I could ombre her hair because her hair was ombre but it faded a lot and she didn't really like it anymore. So she asked me to do it for her, and I thought that was the perfect chance to film it for you guys and create this kind of how-to video for you. So I'm going to be teaching you guys step by step on how I dye my hair, and I'm also going to be showing you how to do it on my cousin Daria. So the first step is to buy your hair dye, and I am completely obsessed with the Revlon Frost and Glow Highlighting Kit. I've been using it for over a year now. From the first time I went blonde to now, I've been using those highlighting kits, and I really like them because they have bleach in them as well as like the blonde color, and there's also 3 different shades. So there's a highlighting kit for brunettes, for darker blondes, and for lighter blondes. So obviously when the first time I put in highlights, I used the one for dark brown, and now I use the one for blondes. So I think that's great because then there's kind of like a highlighting kit for every hair color. So I definitely recommend getting that. I think it's great. For the second step, you want to brush out your hair and make sure that there are absolutely no knots, and you also want to prepare some foil strips because obviously when you're doing highlights you have to cover your highlights with foil. So I like to cut/rip foil strips just so that I have them easy at hand and I don't have to do it while I'm dyeing the hair. So then for the third step, I like to split the hair in half, bottom and top. So as you can see here, I just took half of the upper part of Daria's hair and put it up, and I'm just going to be working with the bottom hair first. So now you're going to start dyeing, and what I like to do is basically make a bunch of little highlights throughout the hair. There are many different methods for ombreing hair. I mean, you can just take your entire hair and just bleach it, and then I don't know. I don't really like doing that though. I like taking individual little highlights and putting dye on each highlight, but making sure that you change up the length of the highlights. That technique is going to help make your ombre hair look more natural and kind of gradual looking instead of just being a straight line across your hair. And what I like to do is mainly focus on the bottom of the highlight, so I'll put the most product there because obviously the bottom of your hair is where you want it to be the lightest. And then as I'm working up the highlight, I like to kind of wisp the little brush kind of lighter because that will help to give like a more gradual effect instead of just being like a solid blonde highlight that just stops halfway down your hair. I also don't like to highlight every single piece of hair. I like to keep a couple the natural hair color because then it just won't be too crazy blonde at the bottom. It'll be more kind of natural looking. So once you finish making all the highlights on the bottom portion of your hair, you just want to split that in half and throw it in front of her shoulders so that now you can work with the other hair. So once I took the top section down, what I like to do is split it into 3. So you have the hair that's in the back of the head, and then also the hair that's going to be on the front/side of her face. So I just took the front hair, put it in front of her shoulders, and kept the hair that's in the back of the head on her back. So now you're just going to be doing the same exact thing that you just did, just making a bunch of little highlights everywhere, making sure that each highlight is a different length so that there's variety, and also making sure to focus most of the hair dye on the bottom and just kind of lightly stroking it as you go up.
Old man Blanchard took a walk downtown to the edge of the Main Street Bridge. I sat myself beside him on that shallow, muddy ridge. I asked him why he comes and goes and why he never stays. He said, son, I've always been here, I have never gone away. I saw the black gold in the streets, I watched it all go bust. I saw the Great Depression, I saw fortunes turn to dust. The people only see me when I make my presence known, but They only really love me when I stay inside my home. Oh, man, Blanchard, he will run and he will...
So once you finish highlighting your entire head, you want to make sure that you let it set in, obviously. And this part is always different for everyone because it really just depends on how fast your hair will lighten. So for example, for me, my hair takes a long time. It takes up to like an hour. Sometimes I'll have to let it sit in my hair. Daria's hair was actually pretty fast. I'd say it took about 30 to 40 minutes or something, around 30. Also, if you want to speed up the process, then what I like to do is take a blow dryer and individually blow dry every single highlight. This method will help to speed up the process because when you're applying heat to the hair dye, then it's going to process more quickly and bleach your hair more quickly. So we were in a hurry because Daria had to go to the work. So this was perfect because it really helped to speed up the bleaching process. If you're not sure how long you should keep the hair dye in, then I definitely recommend to check the highlights every so often, maybe every 20 minutes or 10 minutes. And I recommend doing this obviously because then you can see how light you want your hair to get and then you can stop when you think it's blonde enough. And also keep in mind that when your hair is wet, it obviously looks darker than when it's going to be dry. Like if you're going for like bleach blonde hair and it doesn't look like that, keep in mind that it will be a little bit lighter when your hair is actually dry. So once you've let the hair dye sit in for as long as you want, obviously the process is pretty easy. You just take out all the foil, and then I just like to use the shampoo and conditioner that they give you with the highlighting kit because I personally really like it. So I didn't film this part because I didn't really think it was necessary, but we just threw her hair into the shower and she just washed her hair and stuff and blow dried it, and that's really it. It's pretty simple. It takes about an hour for me to highlight someone's hair. It's obviously a little bit more difficult for me to do it to myself because I need to have like a mirror behind me and stuff. But overall, it's a pretty fast process and I definitely recommend doing it if you guys want to try it out because it saves you so much money and I love how it turns out. I think it turns out great. Once you have blow dried your hair and stuff, then this is how the result will look like. Well, at least this is how it turned out for Daria.
Why he comes and goes and why he never stays. He said, son.
So I also recommend that you don't wash your hair for at least 24 hours because, you know, you did so much bleaching and dyeing to your hair. You want to kind of give it a break, let the natural oils you know, like go down to your hair and stuff. If your hair turns out brassy looking or just kind of orangish looking, or you don't feel like it truly looks blonde, then I definitely recommend getting purple shampoo. I love the John Frieda purple shampoo. It's super cheap compared to like other brands and stuff, so I currently have it sitting in my shower and every so often I use it to kind of you know, bring some life into my blonde hair, make it look more natural. So I definitely recommend investing in a purple shampoo and conditioner. That is everything for today's video. I hope you guys weren't too distracted by my cat. Isn't she being so cute? Literally, I turned on the camera and she like hopped behind me. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I've been wanting to film this for the longest time, but I didn't want to re-dye my hair. And then when my cousin asked me, I was like, oh, this is a sign. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys for a new one. Bye. Seriously, look at how cute she is. Oh my god.
Don't be overly impressed with my singing abilities. Stefan, brush your hair.
Oh, it's pretty!
Yeah. Wait, I'm Instagramming, okay? You want to see my other bitch getting it weird? This is like class A treatment. Grandma. That's nice. Crumbs everywhere.
I love it.
This isn't a bad life. You should come here more often.
Shake it out a little.